What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Today we're going to be looking at a very precise trade here, in particular speculation here. Of course, anyone and their mother already know that NIO Day happened. They talked about solid state battery drives that could literally expand the 150 kilowatt batteries up to 600 and some odd miles. If they're able to capability to do that. Again, we talked about that with QuantumScape, ticker symbol QS. They're working on the solid state as well, and of course, the beloved Tesla as well has been working on these solid state compact drives to really drive performance, longevity, and really making that 600 to 1,000 mile range battery, which will honestly give a big old kick to a lot of those combustion engines, or aka the ICE engines that we're currently using as cavemen and women. Anyways, so we're gonna be looking at a very speculative trade. I kind of wanted to highlight it and really dive into how the options chain works, and then diving into the theta, the delta, why this individual trader or fund decided to buy these options. What could they particularly be thinking about? What's the thought process behind it? So we're going to be switching between Thinkorswim and then Tastyworks, between those two platforms. Before we're going to dive into the main content, we're going to be talking, give you two things. Down below we have a link to the Amazon storefront, which again, there's some links on some various books that I'm currently reading. If you click on those, that's an affiliate link and supports the channel. And as well, we have a Patreon page down there as well, if you're interested on supporting the channel via that way, and the YouTube membership. And last but not least, we have an affiliate link to the Tastyworks account. Again, this is what I use for trading options, stocks, all kinds of things. They're potentially going to be adding on their roadmap cryptos in February or the first quarter of 2021. We'll see if that happens, but there's also an affiliate link down below, which they're currently, if you sign up and add $2,000 to your new trading account, you can have the options of 100 shares of stock or 10 call options, or 10 options altogether from that being said. All right, guys, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So NIO, which we talked about this quite a lot in the last recent days due to the run up, being the crazy momentum trade into this is honestly, I feel a little dumb, to be quite honest, with the amount of breakout movement again. I honestly thought, again, this is what happens when you trade or invest. You think a little bit too much, and you're just kind of trying to project out what could happen, and rather the fact of just trying to project out and really kind of put your own tune to it, you really can kind of hurt yourself. And that's really what happened with myself here. Like, I had pretty not aggressive calls, but even stock and stuff like that I kind of sold out around the right around the $55-$56 level, or I think it was $54.75, around this topper range here, because I was a little bit too afraid of the potential move to the upside, or the downside, I mean. With that being said, we've seen very aggressive movement up here. We're seeing continuously breaking to all-time high. So it closed on Friday as an all-time high. So I kind of wanted to highlight that. Of course, you can see that right here. Let me do this. Right. Okay. It's not working. Okay. There we go. Right here. But I'm going to be adding some more drawings and stuff like that to kind of highlight things. Because you can see here, we've kind of had these general support around 43, right around here. So we have that right here, that's right here, and that right here, kind of following the 50 SMA, which is again somewhat following the methodology of a growth stock. Sometimes growth stocks will come down to the 50 SMA, which is that red line here, and it has bounced off it. It actually bounced off it pretty hard here, like the end of the last year, and really showed a really strong recovery. And this is when it really came back on my radar to potentially see that NIO day and seeing that play going into that. So with that being said, we're going to be looking at a very aggressive trade that someone put on. Again, on Friday, they put the trade on around a little after lunch here. It was around noon time. They created 1,790 calls They bought this next Friday's or the 15th of January's call options, and they bought the $68 strike price, paying for about $1.50, and that equates to basically $270, $270,000 to potentially, again, that's a pretty large bet. It's a weekly options. They're basically saying if it goes bust, theta is going to completely get killed, and it's going to be somewhat of an embarrassment on their end to see on how that plays out. So it's going to be a very aggressive play without a doubt. So we can kind of see that here via, again, Tastyworks, affiliate link down below if you're interested on checking it out. So the weekly option, you can kind of see here, it's saying 5 days away. The IV is pretty explosive here. We have a move projected around $8.36. Tastywork or Thinkorswim saying a little bit of a different number, which again, they're slightly always different. They're saying $8.90 basically. So basically, let's call it between $8.50 and $9 is the consensus of the move. So what that means is the market makers are saying the options move can move within the higher range of where the close is. So again, it closed basically around $59. So the range is all the way up to basically 68, and then all the way down to around 51. That's being the consensus on that. So, and Tastyworks, which is why I love them, I'm not trying to just shove it down your throat, is that they make this beautiful orange line here. Maybe they should make it a little bit different color, but I actually maybe highlight it a little bit more. Really showing the expected move. So that is what's relative on this number right here is shown on the graph here, the chain here at this level. Then on top of that, you have the one standard deviation from the current price, which is the blue lines here, which is the, again, one deviation regarding as the movement from most options and most stock stay within one, maybe two deviations. If you get a deviation out of 2 or 3, those are considered like once in a lifetime opportunities. I always love when people on CNBC say once in a lifetime opportunities. They say that literally probably like 3 times a day. But with that being said, you can see here that again, especially on NIO, you're seeing very aggressive open interest. You can see that on the top here on the tab, open interest volume, bid and ask. And you're seeing a lot of open interest around the $60 and then even going all the way up to the higher prices regarding around that 65, and then we talked about that 68. So this individual paid again like $1.50 for like almost 1,800 of these call options. So it's going to be a very aggressive play. So for example, let's just kind of break down what really entails in this option. So basically, if I bought this option at the close on Friday at 3:59 and 59 seconds, I would have paid basically around $1.60 or $160 for one call. The probability of profit is 13%, which what the pop means is basically what is the probability of it being in the money by expiration. So they're saying there's a 13% chance for it being in the money in the next 5 days. That's not the world's greatest odds, right? The probability of making P50, which is basically potentially doubling your money, again, going from the 160 to potentially 32 or so, basically making being $3.20, the probability is making 37%. So that's a little bit, you can make a nice little profit there potentially, but still, this is where things kind of come into play. The delta is 26 and the theta is 23.6. So this is usually why I am not a huge fan, actually I'm not a fan at all, of buying these very short dated options, because that theta, okay, it's 23, almost 24. So basically, if the stock does nothing on Monday, this option is going to get crushed. It will literally probably drop to less than 50 cents, even more, come Monday. But again, looks like a lot of people are very happy and satisfied with NIO Day. Again, we will not know until the day of, again, tomorrow when the market opens up. So with that very high theta, again, because the time you only have, what is theta? Theta is time decay. how much time do you have left? You have 5 days left into the closing of this expiration of these contracts. So that theta will ramp up fairly fast in the very short period of time. So this person who bought these call options is expecting a very large move come Monday, and most likely will dump majority of their position to get the best price possible before that theta can really kick in into the tail end of the week. So you basically, and again, another way to look at it too is, of course, the max profit is infinite. Your max loss is going to be what you paid for the debit. And kind of looking at this more at a visual standpoint, we can kind of see that here. With the analysis tab here, basically we need to see to be in the money and make really good cha-ching and make cheddar off this play. We need to see a move basically above $69 and really get above that, because again, you see the orange line up here, that's the probability price of movement. So for example, like we said, if we come in tomorrow and the stock opens up literally at $50, this option is probably going to be worth like 15 cents. You can kind of see here on the top marker saying the probability of Theo price basically around $144 minus. So we paid around $1.60 for it. So it's going to be only leaving us with $15 left for this. But if we get a huge kick higher come in Monday, let's say just at 65, this option is literally could double going into that. So this, again, this is why we're talking about that particular option. So let's go break down the options that we just looked at. This guy picked the 68. Again, very on the very tail end, outside of the overall move here. But we can kind of project out where this option could be. So using Thinkorswim Theo price marker, we're going to be looking at the potential option coming in on Friday, on Monday, being up $9 potentially with the overall variances. Again, we talked about it being double already, moving at this price here. We can potentially looking for the option. Again, looking at strictly at the implied volatility as well, being down a little bit, because again, this event was pretty much wrapping up and moving things higher. We're seeing that basically it can be anywhere from, again, double, which again could be put up to the $3-ish, higher $3, up to like $5, depending on how the option market opens. So again, that's a pretty nice change of paying $1.50 for it, and then coming in Monday for about $4.75 to $3.50. Yeah, so basically a very large range again coming in at these prices. Again, it's really going to depend on where the stock opens up. If it literally comes in Monday, opens up at 70 and then drops back down, these options won't really get an opportunity to print its true value potentially and really get that theta decay kick in. It's all going to come down to a lot of different variances. So going back to the chart here, we're seeing again, this chart has been a monster without a doubt. So we can kind of look at the levels that we could be looking at for Fibonacci retracements. Again, isn't it kind of a unique thing where that individual chose that strike price? Because again, that 68 dollar range is basically what we're looking for in the Fibonacci tree here. So the $62 is going to be the first level basically. Oops, I need to move that, clear that. Let me go here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So basically looking at these ranges here, again, 62 is going to be the first fib here. I'm doing terrible job drawing up this again. This needs to be better. Okay, so 62 and then $68.80 are two Fibonacci retracements from the previous swing high to the low here. And then looking for this again. If the news is positive and people are so stoked about it and can change the price higher, if they really do believe that NIO has the capability of creating the solid state drives into the end of December or end of the year of 2022, this thing could literally run quite substantially. With that being said, I think there potentially could have a huge run up and then maybe hitting these Fibonacci levels or something like that, and then coming back down pretty drastically, just to the in fact of just trying to rethink and looking at, hey, maybe the people are going to get a little too excited and really see that potential areas of worry there. So again, really, well, this went weird. Really looking for, again, that next level. If we do get an explosion higher and get that CNBC once in a lifetime opportunity on a daily basis, we could see a very large move up to potentially $87. That's going to be pretty insane if we see that kind of movement. Again, that's going to be very aggressive up to that level, but really looking for potentially with the positive news, looking for $68 to $62 if the stock could run up that high, and then some initial support to the downside. In the short term, we're going to be basically looking support around the 8 EMA here, which kind of falls in that Fibonacci number of the 78.6 percentile move around $57.18 there. So that's going to be that category there, with some more ongoing support stronger around that $50 level. And this is the level that I potentially would like to buy if it does dip at this level, to be quite honest with you, which again, highlighting that 21 EMA, the parabolic SAR, we have the 618 per moving average there. So this is something that I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on, because again, there's going to be so many eyeballs on this stock come Monday and basically next week. Again, this could be a huge run higher and then just a little drop off, or it just can be continuously run higher and just go, and go all the way to $100. So I'm not going to be speculating on that. I'm just going to be getting ready to see on how this NIO stock could behave in the next coming weeks. All right, guys, hopefully this wasn't too long-winded. I really do appreciate you guys staying and watching to this point. Again, please definitely check out the Patreon page down below, the affiliate link for Amazon books, and then also another affiliate link for the Tastyworks trading account. All right, guys, thank you, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.